Listen, I lost 10K on a trade before. So $1,300 is not really that big of a deal. But still, it's stupid money. And I'm going to show you exactly what happened and watch to the end of the video to understand the 3 lessons I learned from this. I wrote them down in my journal, and that is going to be the real sauce of this video. So make sure that you keep watching. So I'm literally showing you exactly where I entered and exactly why this was stupid money so that you can avoid it. You can avoid the loss that I made. So let's look at this QQQ. It's what we trade. And I know QQQ. So this is the 15-minute on the left side. And on the right side, we have the 4-hour. All right, let's scooch this over so I can show you um, our current price movement. I'm also going to just remove these lines for 1 second. Simply just because I just want it to be clear for a second while I show you exactly what I want to show you, but I'm going to put them back. So, number one, I entered, well, this is not the 3 lessons. The 3 lessons are going to come after I explain the trade. All right. The 3 lessons, I literally wrote down in this book, and this is like the real sauce. So I'm going to say those after. Okay. Number one, first thing I want to talk about is I entered way too early on the most obvious setup. Okay. Um, like I said, I lost $10,000 before, so this doesn't hurt as bad. But any money you lose in the market still hurts, especially when you break your own rules. Okay. Trading is not gambling, but you will lose money when you don't follow your own rules because you get paid in direct proportion to your patience. Say that with me. In trading, you get paid in direct proportion to your patience. So I entered way too early here. Number one, I know for me, with the season I'm in with my trading, I don't even trade this early in the day. So why was I trading this early in the day? Somebody can let me know. And I know why. Logically, it was because I didn't want to follow my rules. And so, trying to get a horizontal line on here. Right click. Yes. Okay. So let me show you something. Um, let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me stop. Okay. So here's where I entered. First of all, the market opens at 9:30. As you can see, this is literally 9:30. I was mentally preparing myself to enter before the market even opened. That was my number one problem because I'm supposed to wait and see what happens in the first few minutes and then the next 15 minutes and then in the first 30 minutes of the market before I ever make a move. But what did I see? This huge $6 candle drop. And I said, oh my gosh, it's going to drop. Trump is speaking today. It's just going to drop today. F the rules I have. Those don't matter. Those aren't years of experience of my personal trades put to test and back tested 1,000 times. That doesn't matter. I'm just going to get right in. And so here's a chart. This is exactly, I'm actually going to just show you one side of the chart. 1 second. Let me just show you one side of the chart so you can really see what I'm talking about. I might just erase these lines too. The other thing is I didn't erase my lines and it's Wednesday. So if I don't draw new key levels halfway in or a little bit into the week, I just start trading off the same lines when they're already played out. They're already invalidated. They already don't even make sense to use anymore. So that was my second thing. And the reason why I did that is because yes, let's do that. Okay. So the reason why I did that is because I was mentally preparing myself to enter before the market even opened. That's my fault. That's my problem. So This is exactly the mistake. I'm trying to get y'all to the, just to see the one chart on, how do I move it back? I don't know how to do that on my computer. Mm, oh wait, I think I do. It's just in my way. I'm like, there you go. All right, so now we're at the 15-minute. Definitely watch all the way through because I'm still gonna give you these 3 huge lessons that helped me to avoid it, because everything is mental, everything is obvious, right? I obviously knew I shouldn't have done it, but I still did. Why? Because these 3 lessons I learned is really gonna beat logic every day. Not even logic, but like the thoughts you have right before the market opens. So this is this huge $6 drop that I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna move. It's gonna shake. It's gonna go crazy. Um, the market's still open right now. Like you can see, this candle is about to close up. It's 2:15 on 2:15 p.m. on December 3rd. So, um, yeah, like I entered way too early, and so what I did is I said, oh, it wants to go up. Oh, but this one's black. This next candle's black though. Look at this. So it's just gonna come back down, and that's where you just lose the trade on the day, right? And so that was my own fault, my own bad. And the first lesson I'm gonna tell you about is this little mechanism here, down here. Now, you take your, this is very important. Take your account size. The next step is patience. After you decide you're gonna get in, then you're gonna enter with risk management. And then it's either gonna win or it's gonna lose once you enter. So if it loses, you get out, you lost your small amount because you're doing risk management. If you win, then you're gonna scale up, take all your profit, and then you're done for the day. And that cycle repeats. You have your account size, then you are patient to find your entry, and then you enter small. If you lose small, and you go back to patience and you start over. Or if you win, you size up and you take your profit, and then you repeat the steps, right? What did I do wrong here? 1, I didn't have patience. 2, I saw the $6 drop and I said, hey, why not risk more than I normally do? Why not risk more than made me over $300 in 20 minutes this week? Why not? Why not break the rules that work? Why not just completely ignore all of the rules that have made me thousands of dollars? Why? Why not? Because I was mentally seeing this this bar, this black bar, and I said, I gotta get in there. I gotta see what's going on. And so the second lesson is that you get paid in proportion to your patience. I've never made money without patience. And the more patience I have, the more money I make. So you get paid in direct in not in life. I can't speak for anything else, but definitely with this specifically, with our industry, you get paid in direct proportion to your patience. And so when you don't have patience, expect that your profit is going to be in direct proportion to this little bit of patience you had. Because guess what? This 618 level is going to get blown through. Not today though. And so my urgency of like, oh, I gotta enter this trade before the market even opens. I gotta get in there. That is what led me to not think about the patience and the risk management and getting out small. And then if it wins, then you size up. Like I skipped 4 steps because of my urgency. But the lesson here is that you get paid a proportion direct proportion to your patience. And the third lesson I learned is that candles actually cannot confirm direction. Only a group of candles can. Only more than one candle can. Only a story of candles can. So I have a video on my channel explaining candlestick strengths and candlestick patterns. Two separate videos. They're both tutorials. They're already up. In those two videos, I'd suggest you go watch them because I talk about those things. But after you learn those basic things, you also have to apply it to real life. That's where the wisdom comes in, by actually applying the fundamentals to real life stuff. This is real money. And so candles cannot confirm direction. Only multiple can. So let me tell you, when I woke up this morning and I went to the gym early in the morning and I came back and I said, oh, it's almost 9:30, almost time to get on the charts. And I saw this. My whole day was like, ooh, this is it. This is the one. It's about to push. It's about to fall. But guess what? That's one candle. That's one single candle. And so if I know, well, if I just learned the lesson, right? But now I know only one candle, only one singular candle was there. That means that that is not a direction. It can't, one candle cannot confirm a direction. So I saw all this choppy blah 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 blah. And then I look here and I say, oh my gosh, it's about to push down. How are you getting a direction from one candle? How are you getting a direction from all of this in one drop? It doesn't exist. And so, well, this is not the first time this has happened. Every trader has their like 4 or 5 mistakes that they keep repeating. And your personal journey is repeating those things so many times that you know what they are, first of all, but that you also know how to work around them. And you also know how to work with them. You also know how to lose less, but you still do those things, right? Because it's kind of hard to be in a situation where you it's kind of hard to be in a situation where I forgot what I was talking about. I forgot what I was saying. Someone said they lost 7,800 today. I mean, that's literally the life. Oh, that's what I was saying. Every trader is gonna have their like 4 or 5 things that they just keep repeating and they can't stop repeating. This is one of my things because I always think, like, I know candlesticks like the back of my hand. It's a second language to me. Candlestick strength and candlestick patterns. But one thing that hooks me up every time is when I see a big candle up or down, that confirms direction in my head, and I know that that's not how it works. Candlestick patterns are a thing for a reason because candles only mean something when more than one of them makes that story. So if I see, did you put anything in gold and silver? No, nothing in gold and silver. I was trading QQQ, which follows NASDAQ. So not for me. How about you? What did you guys trade today? That's also what I want to know. What did we trade in the chat? What did we trade in the chat, y'all? What did we trade today? But yeah, and then the thing is, like, if you blow an account, you can't do anything about it. Like, you only ever have control when you have the option to take patience, the option to enter trades, the option to enter and exit. But once you blow an account, you don't have the option, though none of those are options anymore. So you lose control by losing control. When you lose patience and you lose your account, you actually are giving up all your control, because the control is like choosing to have the patience. Oh, I'm going to sit 5 minutes more. That's a choice you now get to have. All right. But when you have nothing in your account, you're forced to do nothing. You're forced to take no trades at all. And that's the painful part, because you don't get to make choices when you have nothing there for you. So that's the hardest part. And yes, I didn't blow my account, like whatever, but it took a significant amount that I care about. Like, I care about having control. I care about my options, right? I care about being able to enter and exit trades. I care about having the option to have patience or not. Oh, I'm gonna sit and wait. Oh no, I'm gonna get in. I like having that option. But when my options are taken away because I lost a big chunk, that's the part that blows the most. So I've been trading. I've been meaning to get more into trading. I'm a jeweler by trade. Ooh, you're a jeweler. That is so cool. That's amazing. We'll definitely start up in January with the trading. Gonna learn some more first. Yes, yes. It's definitely a really great thing to do, and it is part time. Like the over $300 I made this week, the past 2 days was 20 minutes, 25 minutes total. It's very part time to make a good amount, and that's only 2 days. There's over 25 trading days in a month. Okay, so you can make thousands of dollars. But being a jeweler is super cool. I really think that's amazing. Um, and I definitely think that these three things, these fundamentals, is good for any beginner, right? So I'm not sure if you traded before or not. Let me know, have you traded before? Because you said you want to get more into it. So does that mean that you've already been trading, or um, like you're new to it, or you want to get into it some more? But for a beginner, like if you are a beginner, I'm not sure. I'll wait on your comment to come through. But candles cannot confirm direction. And so when I get tripped up by my thing that trips me up, I'm going to have to pay tuition, market tuition, every single time I decide to make that mistake. And I still have enough account size to trade tomorrow. Great. And the next day, great. And the next day, great. But that's not the point. The point is, can I get paid the amount that I want to get paid strictly based off my direct patience that I have? Because that's how it works. For any beginner listening, write this down and tattoo it on your forehead. You get paid in direct proportion to your patience. The more you're patient, the more you make, period. You can actually suck as a trader. You can actually be a terrible trader and only been trading for 2 weeks and make a lot because you're patient. But that's something that's built over time. I get the concepts, but definitely a beginner, never made an official trade. That is awesome. Yeah, the concepts, like the basic concepts, um, are like candlesticks, which are these black and blue things. Candlestick strength, which is multiple candles together. Like what story do they tell? What direction are they going? Because one candle can't tell that story. It has to be like, it's like friends, right? If you have one friend, I can't. If I'm talking to myself, like nobody knows I'm talking. But if I'm talking to a group of people, now that's an actual story. Now people actually heard it. Now it's a conversation, right? It's actually something happening. So that's kind of how it works in trading as well. And market structure. And I have multiple videos on my channel already of these things, of all the basics, like the basic concepts. So, not that you asked me for advice at all, but for a beginner, um, I have a video on my channel on how to place your own trade. It's in my playlists. So go to my playlist or just go to my videos, how to place trades on Webull for futures and for options. Place your first trade is what the thumbnail says. There you go. candlestick patterns, candlestick strength. Um, I'm gonna post my video on market structure. I haven't posted it yet, but I also have my trading view, which is this app website. It's an app and a website. I have my trading view settings on my channel already. It's in a playlist. So it's titled Read Any Trading Chart. That playlist is great for beginners. Go watch that if you want to. But patience in direct proportion to patience. That's how it works. Like it's literally how it works. And so when things happen like this, it's like, yeah, like sure, it's like a big deal to beginners maybe, but it's not any more big of a deal than any other thing in life. Like it's what other place in life is everybody perfect? Nowhere. Doesn't exist, right? And so if you're going to be in this industry, you don't get to be excluded from that. That's like a human thing. It's a human experience. Like everything has its own way of being hard. Everything has its own way of being difficult. Everything has its own way of being complex. Like that's just what it is. Definitely will check the videos. I appreciate you making content, showing mistakes, and all. W influencer. Yeah, I think that I appreciate that comment a lot because I have struggled to find other women who share losses. I only ever see the videos of the perfect, and I'm like, that's not real. It's not true. I mean, I do options. Most do futures, so I'm different in that aspect already. But especially if you're trading in futures on a margin and you're not sharing your losses, well, I don't know how many funded accounts you've had. I don't know if you just blew your account and you have another funded. You have 3 funded accounts and you're only sharing your wins. Like, I don't know. So it's a transparency thing for me, for sure. Because losses don't make you a bad trader. They make you a human. Like I've never met a business owner who didn't lose money. I've never met a person that does anything that's never taken a loss ever. Like it, I've never met him. If you know him, let me know. But I've never met him. So it's just a transparency thing. And then also like people know that you take losses because every human does. So you might as well share them and let other people know you're human. Because I'm telling you, I've been doing this over a year. You can make a lot, but you're also a human. So you don't get to be excluded from being a human. It doesn't exist. So again, let's go over the 3 things, right? And if you have any other questions, you can drop them obviously in the comments so that I can respond to them because it is nice to get your questions answered directly while I'm still on live. So the first thing is that flow chart, right? You have your account, then you have to have patience to find that setup. And that's where I should have stopped and said, hey, this is one candle. This does not get to dictate my direction. Since when? That doesn't exist. But I know it's going to come through this 618 level, but I don't know when. That's the whole point. You don't know when. You don't know when it's going to go through that level. And so in your head, you can mentally prepare yourself to enter something that's not going to happen for 2 weeks. Well, now you're at a loss. Now your opportunity capital is gone. You can't even take that opportunity when it comes if you wanted to, right? You lost all of your control. What was the point? It just doesn't make sense, right? And so that's the first thing, like having your patience, entering on your risk management. And everybody's risk management is different. When I learned, oh, when it's 10% down, get out. When it's 20% down, get out. That's not risk management. That is the most bogus information I've ever received. It doesn't work like that. I frustrated myself for months thinking that was how it worked. And then I was like, you know what? Let me let it go. I'm just going to let it go. Figure it out. And I was like, oh, this is how it works for me. But it's different for every person. But because I know how it works for me, I'd really be able to tell another person, hey, this is your type of risk management you need to be doing. Risk management is like the center of everything. And I learned it the hard way because I wasn't taught it. And then once you enter on risk management, you either get out if you're in loss, and you take whatever, right? And then if it's a win, you scale up, take your profit, move on. Now, the other thing with entering small, like having your risk management, is that you can lose whatever you want to when you're having risk management. That's the point. The point is, if you're down, holding it is not going to make you lose more. If you're in the chat, make sure to smash the like button. It really helps push this video to other people who want to see transparent traders. So I really appreciate it. But that's the whole thing. Like, the whole point of risk management is so that if you lose all of it, it doesn't dent your account. It doesn't dent your moves for the day. It doesn't take away your control. That's the point, right? And so it's very important that be your mindset, because 5 minutes of patience would have saved me 1,300, and it would have made me almost 1,300. So you see how just a small little sprinkle of time, like a small little sprinkle of time, was the difference between losing 4 figures and making 4 figures. But I'm here to be transparent, because I've lost way more than this in one singular sitting. And I've known people who've lost 70,000, 80,000, 100,000 on one singular sitting. So what I've lost is like a drop in the bucket to them, right? Everybody is relative to each other. But the other thing I wanted to talk about is, I'm just watching the market this whole time. While I'm talking, I've been watching it, and not having any revenge trades, not, coping, have my copium session of, oh my gosh, I suck. Oh my gosh, the market hates me. Oh my god. It's just a matter of discipline, and you get paid in proportion to your patience. That's the only thing you can control, is how long you sit down. If you can't sit on your hands, don't expect to have money in your hand. Point blank. And so we're just sitting flat, but we're not hiding losses all 2025 and 26, all 2026. We're not hiding losses. I think that's dumb, right? Because everybody's going to take a loss, and I would be way more upset if I wasn't transparent and people thought I was perfect, and then you go live your life and you're a human, and so you're not perfect, and so you start hating yourself because you think I'm perfect. No, that's not how it works. Like, it doesn't work that way. Patience is what you get paid by in this game, in this industry. And it doesn't skip anybody, and it's required every single day. So when you want to have a day where you're like, oh, all the rules that I have, I don't see those. All the things I know about candlestick strength and candlestick patterns, I don't care about those. Look at this one great big candle. That means it's going to push down. All of a sudden, everything I've learned, everything I know, all my wisdom is poof, because I feel like this one thing, means a lot, and it doesn't. It doesn't mean that much because it's just one singular candle, right? And so that's how we have to go about it. So I'm going to keep watching this and actually see if this candle turns, if it wants to break this 624. We have about 7 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. So I'm going to watch this and sit on my hands and practice whatever, all the mistakes I just told you. I'm practicing them because I don't plan on stopping. Don't plan on it today, tomorrow, forever. So the only thing I can do now is get back in the game and renew my patience and say, okay, close that trade out. Patience. Now what? Let's go. I get paid in direct proportion to my patience. That's still true. So let me be patient, right? This month is going to pass anyways. This year is going to pass anyways. 5 years is going to pass anyways. So the faster I can get back into understanding patience is the thing I get paid by, the faster I get back on my feet. And that's what really happens. Um, so watching every single candle is important and not pre-entering mentally. That's like one of the biggest things. It's like that gets me. It's like pre-entering mentally off these big candles. When it consolidates in pre-market, it's a W, quick, easy. Right? The previous 2 days, I believe it was like very calm in pre-market. Yep, this was Monday post-market and Tuesday pre-market, very lax. Here, oh, we had a short gap. Actually traded the gap. So, and it filled the gap. So it was like a very typical Monday. This is like a Monday that happens almost every Monday, right? And this is a like consolidation, big wick. Like this is like very common. But this candle right here doesn't happen that often. And it threw me for like, oof, maybe that is a direction. It's not. It's just not, because that's not how it works. And guess what? When I saw this, my number one thought should have been, what happened previously, wherever it bottomed out? Right? Wherever it bottomed out, I should have said, you know what? Let me just scoot over and see what happened. Yesterday, literally less than 24 hours ago, stopped at the same place. Common sense, right? Common sense. It's bouncing between 618 and 623. That's where it's bouncing. But guess what? I decide I'm going to go by my own rules because the rules that I've cultivated went out the window. And you don't have to have perfect psychology to be profitable. That's number one. But you also get paid in direct proportion to your patience, for sure. And by the way, in January, starting January, I'm doing all my lives on private. So $100 is gonna get you in the room every single day of January, and you're gonna watch exactly how I don't make the same mistake twice. Right? That's gonna be in, well, doors close January 1st, so the pre-sale's already live. The link is either in the description, pinned in a comment, or in my YouTube channel homepage. The price is gonna triple in a few days once I hit monetization. So if you don't want to be in there, you don't have to be in there. But if you want to join and watch me trade live in January, they're not going to be on YouTube anymore. They're going to be on that private group. So there's only a few seats, and you don't have to be in there. But if you want to, there are still some available spots. But this looks like it's literally just topping out a little bit at the 623 as uh as as I thought. So let's go ahead and look at the HTF right now. And the higher time frame is we're just gonna look at the 4 hour maybe. Well, let's just look at the 4 hour. So if we look at this 4 hour here, we do have another gap we never filled, which is what we might be approaching. We might be approaching that to fill tomorrow or in the next few days. But Trump is speaking apparently, right? He started speaking at 2:30. Oops. So he's speaking at 2:30. We might be going to fill this gap, or we might just reject it and come back down. Don't really know yet. Well, we're gonna watch. We're just gonna watch what happens. Okay. Yeah, I think we're actually gonna fill this between now and Thursday, I guess. Thursday or Friday. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. But it's just so like such a no brainer. Like it's just those things that you're like, oh my god, I've seen that. Oh my gosh, I've done that before. Oh my gosh, like, duh. Why am I doing that? Right? And so that's just that's just how it bees. But I'm still watching to see what it's gonna do. Um as far as like hitting this six, what is this? I guess 624. Yeah, basically 624. 624.4. But it's I definitely don't think it's gonna do it today because our volatility is so low, and it also might be because Trump is speaking. Yesterday he spoke and it really didn't move the market as much as I thought it would. I also didn't watch it, so I don't know what he was saying. I normally watch them. If you want to watch what he's ever saying, ever want to watch what he's saying, um, on YouTube, there's the channels on YouTube, so make sure to watch them on YouTube. Um, and that's normally gonna show you. It's on different channels most of the time, but it was just a very common sense, like super duper common. And anybody can say that, right? Anybody can say, oh, it's common sense. And I think honestly that's one of the things that makes people not want to share their losses, because it feels like, oh my gosh, why am I losing? I'm teaching people how to do this and I'm still making a mistake. Oh my gosh, I'm years in and I'm still making that small mistake. I'm still losing and I'm like years in. It's just like trying to shame yourself for something that doesn't really exist. Like, you know that you're at a good point when you lost, and you know why immediately. Um, when you're losing and you don't know why, that's a really hard zone to be in. But everybody gets over that at some point. Um, yeah, everybody gets out of it at some point. So I really like how this zone is playing out, though. This 624. Literally just watching this level as it's playing out. It's kind of like inching up, though. It's like literally inching up. Okay, so looks like this candle is now I mean, it's really just slow now. Like we really have just pumped out all of our volatility for the day, honestly. Like if you're in this chat, I mean not this chat, but this video, make sure to smash the like button. I'd really appreciate it. It helps get this video out to other people. Or you just come back and rewatch the whole video, whatever works for you. Um all right. 11 seconds left in this candle. Seems like we're kind of just like literally just flat for the day. So, all right, my lesson was paid. My tuition was sliced, which I love. The rules locked down. Rewatch those 3 lessons that I gave you and write them down like your life depends on it, because it does. All right. Um, y'all know where the January live trading link is. If it's not already there, I'll put it there after this goes up live on my channel. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, or I'll see y'all in the private live. And Kai Win is out. Bye.